Hi, welcome to We're Talking Sports. I'm your host, Rick Schnabel. So don't touch that remote. We'll be right back, show you a good show. Hi, welcome to another episode of We're Talking Sports. I'm here with Lou Gupinatis, old seasoned veteran. Welcome, Lou.
Hi, how do you do?
You're doing good. October's a great month for sports, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's the best month in the year.
Yes.
You got everything.
Yeah, you got the end of the baseball and beginning of the football seasons.
Yeah, you got NFL obviously on Sundays,
Right.
college football Saturdays,
Right.
NBA basketball preseason. I think at the end of the month it actually starts a regular season.
Right.
Hockey season started, golf, NASCAR, it all starts.
They also they starting Thursday night now for football now. So I see that on there.
So more football on TV, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that, as you talked about, we have the baseball playoffs now.
Oh, right.
Actually, Game 4 is going on as we're filming this.
Right.
Between the Orioles and the Royals.
Yeah.
And the ALCS.
Yeah.
The American League Championship Series.
Right.
Orioles seem to be on the wrong side of that one, though.
Right. Right. I think. Well, we'll see. You never know. Miracles happen.
Yeah, I think it still happen. Right now, though, it was the 8th inning with 2-1. They're behind, so
Right.
we'll see. Hopefully, they can make up that in the 9th inning.
Well, they've been doing that for the playoffs, the early part of the playoffs. They did their best at the last couple innings.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Yes, and actually, just a pitch or a hit, either way, during this series would have changed the whole outcome.
Right. Right.
It's been that close.
If he hit the ball, get some runs in, that's all we need.
Yeah,
It'd be best in the bottom of the ninth to do it. Boy, that'd be great.
it would be,
Get
but
about 2 or 3 runs in.
that would be, except for
Yeah.
they're in Kansas City, so we went to the top of the ninth this time.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, but they keep moving on, and like I said, it's just a pitch here and a hit here. Well, the Orioles season may end today. We don't know. It's not looking good right now.
Right.
But hopefully they'll pull it out and they'll have another game tomorrow. But if
Right.
not, there's another team in town playing.
Oh yeah, we got the Ravens.
Yeah.
Always got to look at the Ravens. Everybody's going nuts about the Ravens now too. What do you have? We have Orange Thursdays and Purple Fridays. You know, that's what I know. I know that much. I know. Everybody wears purple on Friday, and with the Orioles doing what they're doing right now is everybody's wearing orange on Thursdays. So that's in other words, the city is really behind the teams. Win or lose, they're behind them.
Oh, this is definitely a sports town.
Right,
And it has been for a long time. I remember in the 60s and 50s and before that. Obviously, I wasn't born then, but obviously the Colts with Johnny Unitas,
Oh yeah.
John Mackey, and et cetera, Tom
Right,
Maddie, all
right.
of them. Little kid growing up and loved them.
Right. I had a baseball, one of the bingo things, it was Boot Powell signed it for the Orioles.
Oh, how great.
I don't know whatever happened to it. It was signed, it was one of the prizes. But it
Hope
was,
you didn't lose in his barbecue.
I don't know. But that was one of the things there. And I saw Johnny Unitas when I was in high school, and he was a great speaker, and cheering on try to get the students interested in sports as well as studying. That was really interesting.
Yeah, but that was a great experience.
Yeah.
Great guy, Johnny Nice.
So the one thing I was surprised about him was how big he was, how bulky he was. It was amazing. He doesn't look that big on the ball field, but when he's in a suit, he was just all muscle.
Speaking of some of the old timers, let's have a look at this.
We're delighted to have 2 Hall of Famers, 2 of the 19 people who hit 500 home runs in their careers, Eddie Murray and Mike Schmidt, who will be the headliners in our home run contest.
Basically, I'm retired, so you know, he was an American leader most of my career, and I just watched him on TV. And the 1983 World Series was really the only time a couple spring training games, maybe, the only time I really got to see Eddie in person, and always admired him as a hitter, always jealous of him as a hitter. The guy got to switch hit. You know, a buyer switch hitter, hit from both sides of the plate, power from both sides of the plate. Again, not only Eddie Murray, but Gary Carter will be going in with him, another close friend, and look forward to my trip up there. Eddie, I don't know whether you played any golf or not, but we got to get on that golf course up there at Cooperstown.
Yeah, so one day.
They'll make you do that.
Just the one day.
But yeah, I'll be right there sitting behind him and giving him all the support he needs.
Guys, both of you, how does it feel to go out in a contest like this? Is it nice to get back in the uniform and hit swing, or do you get, to naturally would do it because sometimes you would be afraid of embarrassing yourself? Well, how do you feel about
Well, it feels all the above. Uniform, embarrassing yourself.
Well, how about that, Lou?
Yeah, well, I remember back in the early days, Gino Marchetti, he opened up one of the first hamburger places, Gino's restaurant.
Yeah, actually, I do remember that when I was little.
And he's making a comeback, I understand.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
And
I remember it was a great place to go.
And Johnny, you had his place there at the Hilton Hotel.
Yeah, I think he also had a Golden Arm restaurant up there in Baltimore somewhere.
Yeah, that was at the I think it was in the Hilton Hotel. I know we were there one time.
Was it good?
Yeah, food was good.
Yeah,
Food was good.
steak?
Expensive, but good.
Well, things were a little different back then when the players played.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, when the season was over, they had other jobs.
Right.
They had to support themselves,
Right.
unlike the multimillionaires we have today.
Oh, yeah. That is ridiculous. I think that's fair. I don't care how good you are, you shouldn't get paid that kind of money.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we're paying for it. You know,
Right.
people are supporting it.
Well, they say it's all, I always talked to somebody today about it, going to the ball games, that you gotta have, can't afford to go anymore. It's better to stay home and watch it on TV.
Yeah, I think they got loan offices at the front door by the
Yeah.
ticket office.
You know, by the time, if you can't take the family in there, you got, and feed everybody, you gotta take a mortgage on your house.
Yeah, that's about it. Although I heard the Orioles tickets sold out in a couple hours.
Oh, yeah, that's because we got big fans.
Yes.
Got money to burn.
A lot of support. I don't know about the money to burn, but hey, a lot of support here.
Oh, I just remembered, Michi's, from the Colts, he had started the first restaurant. I thought it was Gino's, but it was Michi's.
Oh, okay.
And who else you were telling me about?
Yeah, the coach, Don Shula.
Don
He had a
Shula.
steakhouse up there, which, obviously in more recent times. So
Right.
I was actually able to eat up there
All right.
for that. So that was a very good steakhouse.
So I tell you, at least they had places to eat. At least, like you were saying, that they had to do something when they're off season because you die of boredom. They got to have some money coming in. Of course, they're not making the money like they're doing today, but back then they had to work off season as well as doing the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Lou, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, reminiscing about the old days. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. This time's just flying right now.
Right.
Yeah. With that, I think we're going to go into a little break because
Okay.
we're getting long on the tooth here.
This is the kids' discovery room. This is our locker room. The kids get to try a bunch of different activities, and of course they get to try on all of different game-used equipment: baseball, football, soccer, lacrosse, and the equipment that's actually game-used from different schools, different teams. And this, of course, is a Navy football helmet that they get to try on, along with the pads and the uniforms.
Of course, the Orioles do win the World Series in '66. They win it again in 1970, and they win it in 1983. That was their last World Series. This trophy right here is the 1983 World Series trophy. It was the last time the Orioles won the World Series against the Phillies. And right next to it is a World Series ring that belonged to world-renowned broadcaster, sports broadcaster Chuck Thompson.
We have an interactive, it's a holographic soccer ball projected from the ceiling. Kids come in and they actually get to play soccer. And the idea that we wanted to create here is that when kids are playing soccer, their team, the Baltimore Blast, is actually looking out from the sideboards. And on the other side, we have the exhibit case with all of the Baltimore Blast artifacts. And I will tell you, this is a favorite among the kids.
Hey, and we're back. And one thing I've been meaning to ask you, Lou, is that's a great hat you got up there. Where'd that come from?
That's well, I purchased this because it was an Army security agency. And I went online and looked it up, and I didn't realize how elite group it was. It was only about 2,000 people in the whole unit. You know, and it's the history of my services. The one here at the bottom is where I was at Fort Dix, got my basic training. The castle was down at Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and that's where I got my training as a generator maintenance. This patch over here is the only patch we could wear in Europe because they didn't want to know us. We were an ASA, because in the middle one here is the actual patch that we were supposed, as a unit. And the bottom was the highest ranking. I was an SP4, which was, wasn't high, but that's sort of like the history of it. These little guys on the side, they call him Sneaky Pete. He was the guys that would wear it underneath their collars because they weren't regular Army, so they couldn't have it. There was it was shows that you were an ASA. You were just a spy, So that's what that whole hat thing is about.
And I bet that makes you feel real proud.
Oh yeah, it makes me feel great because as people recognize what that you do the service. And that you did it out of thing. They still had the draft on. I wasn't going to be drafted. I volunteered. I just wanted to be in. I was not going to be dragged in. So I had to do an extra year's service. But that was worth it to me. And I felt better about it. So if somebody says, thanks for your service, it makes me feel that I did something.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have to take a break now.
Okay.
So don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. I'm Rick Schnabel. I'm here with Lou. We're talking sports. Welcome back to Baltimore. What a great sports town, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. We got how about the biggest legend is Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Born in Baltimore.
born in
I
Baltimore.
think raised in Baltimore.
Yeah, at the school on Wilkins Avenue. He was in that industrial school. Was it St. Mary's Industrial School? I think it was.
It was a little before my time.
Yeah, but then he got into baseball. I don't know the whole story of it, but my famous thing is when he pointed at that kid was dying of cancer, I think it was. He pointed up there and hit that ball where he said he was going to point it to get a home run.
And you promised him.
Yeah, promised him, and he did it.
How great was that?
That's good.
Well, Lou, you want to see it again?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Let's look at it.
Has to go down as one of the greats in the history of the World Series. Listen in as the Babe himself recalls that epic moment. Well, I stepped out of the box, and by that time there was hey! When I looked out to the field, I saw it. I counted it the next pitch ball right past the plate. Well, good Lord. As we watch him circle the bases, there is no question that he knows he has accomplished something extraordinary. The longest home run in Wrigley Field history, stroked with a vengeance. And still, the question remains, did he or didn't he? Visit the Babe Ruth Museum and Birthplace and learn more about the greatest baseball player ever. I'm John Miller. Enjoy the tour.
Wow. How do you predict something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, come through for a kid
Right,
like that.
Right. He was unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but he was supposedly a character, I tell you.
Well, baseball even goes back further than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Abner Doubleday invented the game
Uh-huh.
sometime in the late 1800s. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head. Of course, again, it's a little bit before my time.
Right, just a little bit.
Yeah, actually, it's probably before your time.
Mine too, yeah.
Long time before your time.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's interesting how it all began. But I remember the outfits they wore there have changed through the years. I've seen pictures showing that it had the different outfits through the years, what they had to wear. The first baseball and bats were different than they are today.
Yeah. Oh, the gloves themselves.
Yeah, the gloves themselves.
They were barely covered the hand.
Yeah.
When they first even started using gloves.
Right. Yeah, that's right. At first, I didn't think they used gloves at all originally.
Yeah.
But that was I like to get in more of that, study that.
Yeah. And the gloves they did use were very small compared to today's.
Right. Yeah, I've seen them.
leather.
So it's almost like a glove instead of a mitt like what they have now.
Yeah. Speaking of changing uniforms, they're still doing that today. They go through different hats, they do different
Right,
shirts,
right.
everything today in the same season now.
Right. Yeah, the doggone that. They got the things for the batters. They got to cover their ears so that they get hit the head, they won't get a concussion.
Yeah, safety's becoming very
They're
important.
very important now because they've had so many injuries.
Baseball goes way back, and so does something else that's associated with baseball, and that's collecting baseball
Yeah.
cards. Did you collect baseball cards when you were
I
a
didn't
kid?
catch too many of them. No, I didn't do baseball that much. I've got one. Here's an old one, I don't even know where I got it from. But anyway, I wasn't in the baseball back then. I used to like to listen to it on the radio.
Yeah.
Remember radio?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But,
So some baseball cards become investments if
Oh,
the
yeah,
real old
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
But
Maybe some of our audience has some baseball cards. If you'd like to come down and be on someday and maybe tell us about your collection, feel free to get in contact with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The way I feel for you, I never could decide. The look of love glisten plainly in your eyes. I think you'll be mine again if you could see me now.
In 1947, Branch Rickey brought Jackie Robinson to his Brooklyn Dodgers, making Robinson the first black to play Major League Baseball, thus breaking the game's racial or color barrier. But aside from the issues of integrating a baseball team, its players, their fans, the opposition and their fans, there was also the issue of Robinson, a black, traveling with a white team day in and day out in segregated America. To help, the Dodgers asked Baltimore sports writer Sam Lacey to accompany Jackie that year. Here's the Babe Ruth Museum's Mike Gibbons.
He roomed with Jackie Robinson because nobody else would, nobody else I guess could. And when the Dodgers went on the road, all the white players would go to the good hotel and Jackie and Sam would go on the other side of town and stay in the room with the one light bulb hanging down from the ceiling.
Robinson's Brooklyn teammate, Rex Barney, felt that Jackie was really a cultural pioneer
have done it talent-wise on the field. I always say that Jackie Robinson taught us more about humanity and getting along with your fellow man than we ever taught him.
Welcome back. I'm Rick and this is Lou. We're talking sports. Another thing Baltimore's famous for is one length of the Triple Crown. That's the Preakness.
We're at a Preakness, yeah.
And it's not in October, but it does happen in May.
Right. So we were invited here out there for a couple of years. We used to videotape. I got a lot of videotape footage of some of the people we saw, people the races themselves.
So you've been to the Preakness several times.
Oh yeah. And we got to with the governor at the time and the Lieutenant Governor Steele. He was there. We got an interview with him, and the band, the jazz band they had, and a lot of the people were ladies with their fancy hats, and it was an experience.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to see. So you want to take a look at that?
And yeah, we do. And Lou, you were actually a cameraman at that time.
Oh yeah,
weren't you?
I was videotaping most of this stuff.
Yeah.
So we were up on the roof with the rest of the big guys.
Yeah. So you must have some great clips.
Yeah, you want to take a look? Let's
Yes,
take a
let's
look.
look.
Not the favored War Admiral that bounded into the lead, but number 2, Seabiscuit. War Admiral was one of the most famous front-running horses in racing history. He always took the lead and just kept running until all the others quit. The experts had this race figured the same way and were surprised when Seabiscuit broke in front. However, the foreign players soon relaxed, for War Admiral slowly but steadily closed in. Until there seemed to be but one horse. What a picture! War Admiral and Seabiscuit. You'll never see a finer race. As they made the final turn, an underrated Seabiscuit gave proof of being a really great horse. He had met the Admiral's challenge, and now it was his turn. He pulled in front by a nose, then a head, then half a length. There's no doubt now it was Seabiscuit's race. Now if you look close, you can see one of the most interesting shots ever to come in front of our cameras. Jockey Wolf on Seabiscuit turns and gives his opinion and advice to a beaten War Admiral.
What did you think of that?
Wow, that was really something. Maryland really has major interest in the horse racing.
Yeah, a lot of stuff we shot there, and it was an experience, and that's what it's like over there. Watching it, getting up close to see what's going on. It was amazing.
Yeah, and the Preakness itself is more than just national. I think it's international.
Yeah.
Being part of the Triple Crown and all.
Right. So we almost had one this year, but the horse didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple Crown.
Yeah, but we still had the race.
Oh yeah, that's
It's always exciting.
Yeah, but that's one of the major enterprises we got right now. It's starting to make a big comeback.
Yeah, that's great. Not only horse racing, we also had the Grand Prix here in Baltimore the last 2 years.
Yeah, that was interesting. They say, from what I've seen on TV about it, I wouldn't doubt it myself, but I'd say that must have been really something else. The smell of the fumes of the car, the noise, and it must be something to see. I don't know whether I could take it or not, but now I understand because there's financial problems. They're not coming back for another couple of years.
Yeah, I think they're taking a break this year, but hopefully they'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Because I understand it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a big thing for the city.
Yeah, it's very unusual to see cars going 100 miles an hour up and down the road.
Right, down at Pratt Street and all like that, down Light Street and all back up again. That was unbelievable. But they did it. They had those fences up there to keep people from getting hurt.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, Maryland's got all kinds of sports.
All kinds of sports,
It's a very sports-loving state.
Yeah, and everybody's got their favorite. Mine is football. Other people's is baseball. Some of them like all sports.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's plenty of variety, and that's what's good for
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah, it's good for everybody.
Okay. Well, sports for me is a little different than today. In fact, that there were seasons when I played as a youngster. Of course, that was long ago.
Right.
The normal football and then baseball, basketball. Not really in that order, but football, basketball, baseball.
Right.
But they were always one season and then a few weeks and you move on to the next sport.
Right. That was
Nowadays the
overlap.
kids, nowadays the kids, because of all the overlaps, tend to choose one sport or the other.
Right.
Which I think is a shame.
Yeah.
I think they should be able to experience all different kinds of sports and make themselves all around whole.
Right. I agree with you there. It keeps kids out. It keeps them out of trouble.
Well, that's for sure.
If they play with one thing and the thing's over with, they don't. They just can't continue on.
Yeah.
It's too late to the season to start up again.
Well, we're talking sports today here with Lou. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Yeah.
What was it good? We won that first game.
Yeah, the first game, and then after that it went downhill, right?
Yeah, way downhill. Actually, I did get a hit. I don't know whether the guy that I got it off of is in the group here today or not, but
Sammy Stewart.
Sammy Stewart, that's right. How do you guys remember that story? Look at all these Orioles back here. Sammy Stewart, remember when you broke your bat and lobbed it over short? You were 1 for 23. Enough said. I don't care about the '83 World Series, but I love these Orioles back here.
Your remembrances of the '83 World Series.
Well, I was a member of the team in '83, but in 1983, after 9 games, my elbow completely blew up and fell apart, so I had my 4th and 5th elbow operation, and I was done. By the time the World Series rolled around, it was somewhat uneventful from the excitement of 1980. Yes, Baltimore did win, but I remember with my bad arm, and I remember Tug McGraw and I sitting in the locker room because there wasn't even enough room on the bench at Memorial Stadium for us.
Lou, I've really enjoyed our time. I really appreciate you coming here.
I appreciate being
Bring
here.
your clips with you.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Great, because it's very interesting. If you too would like to be on this show, please contact me, Rick Schnabel, at We're Talking Sports. And maybe we'll have a subject you'd like to talk about. Let's put it on the air. We're Talking Sports. You enjoyed the show, because I sure did. It was really interesting talking to Lou, our old vet. If you enjoyed the show and would like to be a guest on the show, please contact us. And I'm Rick Schnabel, your host, and we're talking sports. Goodbye. See you again next time.
What a celebration! He's done it!